So we're in a darkened room, but not a totally, it's not, pitch dark in here. So there's light coming in, you can tell, because the camera doesn't work well in low light. And so it's working fine in this light. But this is the blue Luminous, White Mountain Knives exclusive. This is the green Luminous that I don't even know if you can get those anymore, but I kept the one I got just for comparison. And you can see the color difference between the blue and the green. And the blue is cooler, more subtle type thing, where the green is a little louder, wilder. And I've got this little flashlight here that's purple. It's for scorpions, but it's a UV, so it's not going to blind me. Sitting in a darker room and then taking a 2000 lumen flashlight and banging it down on here, it just freaks my eyes out. But so this is not feeding as much light on this as ordinary. But here you go. It just gives you an idea of what the blue looks like as compared to the green. So $70 after discount, like $77, 10% discount, LTK, White Mountain Knives, $70 delivered. The carbon fiber shred blue Luminous Sidus D2 blade, Poltergeist Works, collaborative. And so it's really cool. Of course, deep carry pocket clip. I'm going to turn the lights on a little bit. You're not going to have to do this the whole thing. But there you go. Blue shred. I like having the blue. I think it's really cool. And it looks like it's taking light better every time I charge it up. So this is brand new. This one I've charged a bunch of times and kind of takes quicker than this one because this is pretty darn new and I've only charged it up a couple times. So flip it over. You can see the edges here. And of course the back, blue Luminous back spacer. But click it over and you can see how that luminous material is reacting. And here, just see how quickly that luminesces. This one's definitely, it's a different color, so it's more subtle. So it just depends on, do you like blue? It seemed like there were some people in that Real Steel fan blog that were, really liking the idea of blue. And there you go. So you got blue, you got green. You can get them both ways. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, it's kind of just an extra trick thing, but I'm not buying it for the blue Luminous alone. I'm buying it because I like the knife. Because the knife makes sense. It's really one of the more sophisticated designs from Poltergeist Works, and really smooth. I mean, a lot of their knives are very clunky, and not in a bad way, because I kind of like clunky knives, but this has really got more sweeping lines, flow to it, a little bit more gentlemanly, sophisticated looking knife. And you can see, there they go. Enough of this craziness. And again, the back spacers, as you can see. In the real dark, these will both hold about the same amount of time, about 20 minutes. The back spacers will go longer than that. But this is, we've got light coming in, so that detracts. Okay, now we're out of the darkness and into super bright studio lights, so you will not see the blue. It will not luminesce when it's bright as the sun. Might charge it up some though when I do turn off the lights. And there you go. But you got the shred carbon fiber. And oh, by the way, here's the green Sidus. Even though it kind of looks like it illuminates more when you put the lights on. No, not much at all. Oh, by the way, and of course I have the copper shred. I guess I like the Sidus a lot because I've got one of each. I hope they don't come out with more variations because I'll have a lot of Sidus knives out here. This one is an exclusive, like I said, to White Mountain Knives, Blue Shred carbon fiber, 77 Pestolians. Like I said before, 77 and maybe some pennies, I don't know. But with 10% off, it's almost like $70 even. And here's some of your extras. Basically 8.15, which is probably the same size as a paramilitary 2. Basically 3.5 inch blade, 3.5 inch, etc., etc. So about the same size as my. Here's something blue, and you can see it in the light. Now you can't see it in the dark, but oh well, trade off there. Same size, except probably the handle on the Para 2. It's always a lot longer, it seems like, than most knives I compare it to. And yes, the Sidus is more rotund, so it gives you more, and it's a contoured as opposed to a flat. It's a contoured shred carbon fiber scales, which I will take apart here in a little bit, but feels more substantial in the hand because of that. And you've got jimping up here. There's just a lot of things about this knife that I like. I guess if all my dreams came true, I'd probably flip it from washers to bearings just to make it a little bit more of that flipper toy. Although, this is what I do. I do this too. When I'm sitting around doing nothing, I'm just doing this. So, I mean, that drives my wife crazy as well. It can be addictive just doing that. Got to have a little bit of that. And you can adjust this pivot. I mean, mine, where's the one? The copper is the most recent one, and this is a little stiffer. I got it. But yeah, it's a little stiffer, so I back them off a little bit. And so you can take this apart using probably a penny, a screwdriver, however you want to do it. Where's my screwdriver? Something like this, just like that. And we'll take it apart here in a bit, but I haven't done this copper one yet, so I might have to break that free. On the other side, I stabilize it with one of these lovelies. Here you go. Just one of these little hex bits, and then I can turn it if I need to break it loose. But there's only 2 attachment points on here, so get out of here. Nice knife, but let's put the tape to it before we jack around too long and lose track of where we are. 3.5, not quite 8 1/4, 8 1/8, so a little shorter than the PM2, not much. 20.5, a little over 20.5 centimeters, and so you got 90 millimeters at least for blade length. Fatness, let's see how that works out. And you can look at my Sidus review on the green, and there you go, it's going to be the same. 0.61, 15.5 millimeters, so 0.61 of an inch. And what do we got for blade stock? If we can just stop in, 3 millimeters, 0.11 something. So not real heavy blade stock. Let me take a look at the plunge. Plunge looks good and symmetrical. There's your lockup, by the way. That's a solid, and really no angles in that, That's just face to face right there. Pretty solid. 35%. 35%. Steel liners, of course, with the, shred carbon fiber scales. But yeah, it feels substantial in the hand. Oh, throw it on the scales. Yeah, it's not a super lightweight. It's not the bug out, okay? 4.23. So it's not like it's not like 3.5 ounces or anything, but it's not 5 or 6. And I imagine the carbon fiber is helping in that regard. 119, basically 120 grams. So it is what it is. I like the flow, though. Like I was saying before, when the lights were not on, I mean, you got this lanyard area back here, and so it's cut away so your lanyard can lay flat. Just 2 fastening points and the flow. And this is a lot more gentlemanly than a lot of the other, than the 3605 Control or those kinds of Real Steel, Poltergeist Works collaboratives. This is the one that really flows. And so, very comfortable in the hands. Reverse grip, as comfortable, if not more. Pass through, easy to get to, disengage, and it's jimped. So that's not a problem. But no, it doesn't have that drop. I mean, you can do this. And as time goes by, maybe get a little smoother. But handy. Some of the guys go, I don't need bearings because then they can get gunked up and I got to take it apart and clean them where a washer, that surface is going to stay flush with the blade and I don't have debris getting in between. Okay, so there you go. There's your stop. Yeah, it's nice. Let me see if it can cut something, if it'll be a knife. Oh, okay. Yes, actually, this is very sharp right out of the box. So, okay, that's you got me. Piercing, slicing, nice flat grind, satin grind, attractive, little choil back here for sharpening. It's got the cutaway in here. I get that. That may not be convenient for some substances that you might cut, but overall for deployment, it sure makes it nice. And the deep carry pocket clips, sorry though, it's right hand only. Fit and finish is really nice, and there's your Luminous backspacer. It's got some jimping on it as well. And you can see, well, we're going to take it apart, so we'll get to the inner guts, but yeah, it's skeletonized steel liners. So very structural, tough. Feels like you could really get on this and do some work with it. And this is not a safe queen. This is not a $300-400 knife. $70 and you're ready to go. We've tested the D2 on the Real Steel 1 or 2 models. So I'll leave the link to the spreadsheet. You can click on that, go to the spreadsheet, scroll down to the R's and look at Real Steel and then see the D2 results that we got. I might send this in for an HRC just to get it poked once and see what this is. And there you go. Yes, it's a real D2. You want to take it apart, kind of see what you think about that. And let's take this thing apart. I have not taken this apart yet. So let me see how easy or not easy this is going to be. Now maybe I just stabilize it with this side and turn it with this. Or vice versa. I need a wider blade on this thing. Ooh, we had her locked down pretty good, didn't we? Hold on, let's try not to jump out of our track or anything. Yes, we are. Well, now that we got that side loosened, let's loosen this side, see if we got the same kind of traction on that. Not as much. That was definitely easier. Okay. We done? Pull this out. Let's see what we got. I think this is the screw part. And not the tube part. We'll find out here. There you go. Yeah, that's got the threads on it. Just want to be that way? Okay, we can go down that route, buddy. Front, back. We're a done deal now, and I'm sure it just wants to come apart on us. And there, of course, I got the pocket clip screwed into the liner, and I don't care. I'm going to leave it that way too. So, yeah, you can see the carbon fiber is real carbon fiber, not a laminate. Nice and clean. Ceramic detamp ball, skeletonized. And there's your, of course, detent hole and track. And what do we got? There's that. Let's flip it over. I'll bet we got a bronze washer on that side. So we got bronze, and a synthetic there. Or at least it seems like this is synthetic. It's bendable. It goes back to, yeah, it's a synthetic of some sort. That's not metal. Okay, and then we got bronze. So we got 2 washers on each side of the blade. There's your back spacer with a locator pin, so that can come right off, etc., if need be. And no, I don't need it to be. Well, let's see about just putting them back together. Should be easy. I mean, you just got 2 attachment points. There's your stop, which you can pull out if you want. No point for me. Leave it right there. And set this down. It had a little bit of kind of some greasy lube in it, but you know what? I'm not going to put any back in here. Push that down. Push that down. I think the bronze will wear and smooth out on its own, and I think maybe putting lube in there will do nothing more than maybe slow it down. I don't know. But I'm just going to leave it alone. I will put a little bit in on the detent track though, etc. So flip it right in here. Bingo bango. We want our bronze right up against the blade. And this little synthetic washer on top of that. And that's it, folks. I mean, we just slapped this thing right back on here. Like that. And doesn't matter front to back. But you know what? I'm going to give it a couple of turns manually. And back here, same way. Just want it flush. Yeah, that's fine. That'll work. And I'm not going to hoss down on this too hard. I don't need it like that. And I definitely do not want to over tighten this pivot. I want it to not have any blade play, which it does not. I want it to be centered, which it is. I don't think I need to do anything more than that. And I wonder if I already went a little too far. No blade play. Centered. Yeah, I did go a little too far. Now it's better. Okay. That's better. There we go. Sidus. Yeah, action's pretty decent now. Just adjust that. But, you know, you're on washers, so that's what you get. And that's not a bad thing. There's a lot of people out there tired of cleaning bearings. So there you go, washer-based, Luminous, blue, really comfortable in the hand. A little over 4 ounces, so it's not that heavy. And I really like the ergos. I really like the blade design. I like the overall design. It really flows. It's attractive and very functional. I'll leave you alone. Get out of here. Come back tomorrow. We'll have another video. Because you know what we do. We love them knives. And you guys, stay sharp.